For billions of years, life belonged to the water. The oceans were the birthplace of movement, survival, and evolution. Beneath the waves, ancient creatures swam through alien seas long before forests, birds, mammals, or humans ever existed. But then, something changed. Somewhere on the edge of a prehistoric shoreline, a creature looked beyond the water. Not with human curiosity, not with a plan, but with instinct. The tide pulled back, the mud was exposed, the air was heavy, and for the first time, life began to test the land. This was not a dramatic leap from ocean to forest. It was slow, awkward, dangerous. The early landwalkers were not fully fish, and not yet fully land animals. They were something in between. Their bodies carried clues from two worlds: fins that could push against shallow ground, lungs that may have helped them breathe air, eyes positioned higher on the skull, allowing them to see above the waterline. These creatures lived in shallow rivers, swamps, and muddy coastlines, places where water and land constantly met. And in those strange environments, evolution began experimenting. Imagine a world with no grass, no flowers, no birds singing in the trees, just wet mud, primitive plants, insects, and the sound of waves washing over a silent coastline. For a creature trapped in shrinking pools, moving across land may have meant survival. If one pool dried up, another pool might be waiting nearby, but reaching it meant crossing a dangerous new frontier. Every movement would have been difficult. The body, once supported by water, now had to fight gravity. Fins had to press into mud. Muscles had to carry weight. Breathing, balance, and movement all had to change. This was evolution under pressure. Not a perfect design, not an instant transformation, but a long chain of tiny advantages passed down over countless generations. One of the most famous creatures that reveals this transition is Tiktaalik, a fossil that looked partly like a fish but had features that hinted at the future of land animals. It had scales and fins, but also a flat head, a neck-like structure, and bones inside its fins that resemble early versions of limbs. Tiktaalik was not simply a fish crawling onto land. It was a snapshot of evolution in motion, a bridge between worlds. And from creatures like this, the story continued. Fins slowly became stronger. Bones changed shape. Bodies adapted to breathing more air. And over millions of years, the descendants of these ancient pioneers would give rise to amphibians, reptiles, mammals, and eventually, us. That means the story of the first creature to walk on dry land is not just the story of an ancient animal. It is the beginning of a path that leads to every land-dwelling creature alive today. All of them are connected to that ancient moment when life first pushed itself beyond the water. The creature that stepped onto land did not know it was changing the future. It was simply trying to survive. But that simple act changed Earth forever, because once life touched the land, it never turned back.